Today, we're jumping straight into that historic Group K clash in Houston. You know, the one that everyone thought was going to be a total walk in the park, but ended up turning into this absolutely unforgettable story of underdog resilience.
But hey, before we even touch the X's and O's, we've got to talk about the stakes here. 1974? That number is absolutely crucial because it's the last time DR Congo actually made a World Cup appearance. I mean, we're talking about snapping a massive 50-year drought on the global stage. Can you even imagine the raw emotion for those guys stepping onto that pitch?
So let's get into part one, a historic expectation. Setting the scene, the established hierarchy was crystal clear. On one side, you've got this heavily favored Portuguese team. We're talking Roberto Martinez's star-studded squad with Cristiano Ronaldo making a historic, record-tying 6th World Cup appearance. They fully expected a smooth start. And on the other side, massive underdogs, a Congolese squad making their first appearance in half a century. It's literally a night and day contrast, right? Moving on to part two, the perfect opening. And wow, things moved incredibly fast right out of the gate. Portugal was just so fluid, securing an absolute dream start, only 6 minutes in. Pedro Neto whips this pinpoint cross in from the flank, and João Neves is right there, rising up to smash a powerful header from 15 meters out, just sailed right past Lionel Mpasi. At this point, Portugal was completely commanding the tempo. I mean, they were just starving the Congolese side of the ball entirely. With that early goal in the bag, you really had to wonder, is this just going to be a routine tactical masterclass from the European heavyweights? Well, that brings us to part three, the Leopards bite back. Because instead of just folding after that demoralizing early goal, Sebastian de Sabr's squad actually dug in. They started growing into the game by leaning heavily into their distinct physical presence and these lightning-fast counterattacks. It was a brilliant tactical pivot, really, using that raw pace and power to just bypass the midfield and totally disrupt Portugal's possession-heavy rhythm. Which leads us to the 45 plus 4-minute mark. We are deep into first-half stoppage time. Portugal was probably already mentally in the locker room, right? Just ready to take their 1-0 lead into the break. But then, disaster strikes for the favorites. Off this crucial corner kick, Yoane Wissa finds himself completely unmarked. He capitalizes on a massive lapse in the Portuguese defense and heads it home at the back post. A historic equalizer right before the whistle that sent the Congolese fans into absolute raptures. Now, let's look at part four, a tactical grind. Because coming out for the second half, the momentum had totally shifted. It became a seriously frustrating reality for Portugal. Check this out. Even though they heavily dominated ball possession, they registered 0 additional shots on target for the rest of the match. 0. Ronaldo was visibly frustrated, isolated up top, and actually fired wide twice from close range. Meanwhile, a courageous DR Congo looked more and more dangerous on the break. Striker Cédric Bakambu even unleashed a ferocious strike that literally rattled the post. They came so close to a massive upset. Which brings us to part 5, the final wake-up call. The final whistle blows, cementing a 1-1 draw that basically nobody saw coming, and it leaves us looking at two very different realities. For DR Congo, it's a huge celebration, a hard-earned, historic point for a nation that's finally back on the world stage after 50 years. But for Portugal, it's a stark, frustrating wake-up call. They've got a lot of work left to do if they're going to live up to their billing. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this one lingering question to chew on as the tournament continues. Is this exactly the wake-up call Portugal needs to refocus and totally dominate Group K? Or are we witnessing the very beginning of a Cinderella story for DR Congo? It's definitely a result that shifts the whole dynamic. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you keep a close eye on Group K.